I made a video recently about the BYD Seagull, but there's more information now. We have prices, and it's an awesome car. So you need to hear about this car again. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Thank you for your support. It's been absolutely amazing. Thanks to our Patreon supporters, those of you who have supported us on Patreon, YouTube members, and of course, on our GoFundMe campaign for my wife with stage 4 cancer. Thank you so much for doing that. It's meant everything. Basically, her costs for the treatment she needs are around $11,000 to $12,000 a week. And the more weeks she can do, the better chance he has. Basically, the reality here is that it's possible that she'll get through this. And that is really thanks to you. Seriously. The BYD Seagull has been seen again in some spy photos in some bizarre color, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the color. It certainly does stand out though, but who cares what color it is? It's actually going to revolutionize the industry. I think Japanese automakers will be hit the hardest because they're the ones who are selling vehicles in this space. Korean automakers as well. They're the ones who will be disrupted the most. Remember, the best-selling car in the world is the Toyota Corolla. Now you're probably saying, yeah, but hang on, this vehicle's way smaller than a Toyota Corolla. But is it? Are you sure you're right about that? Now, I've seen that comment. I've seen people say it. But is that really true? Have a look at the size of the bonnet on the Seagull. It's very, very small. The interior space of EVs is often deceptively large. No transmission tunnel, right? No engine, meaning, well, the interior space of this car might not be that different to a Toyota Corolla. In fact, if you look at the Toyota Corolla, the world's best-selling car, 1.1 million sales last year, it has a tiny, tiny boot. It's smaller. It's far, far smaller than many of the competition. It's 240 litres. I mean, there's a good chance the boot in this will be bigger. And the price, well, yeah, that's where things get pretty concerning if you are competing with this car. It starts at $8,800 and it actually looks quite good. Now, new photos of the Seagull EV have come out. Car News China has reported on these. The BYD vehicle was spotted at a development facility. I'm going to guess that it was probably released by BYD, but hey, every manufacturer does this. And I think it exposes that this car is a good-looking car. It's a 5-door car, 4 seats. I mean, technically it'll have 5, but I'm not sure you'd put a person in the middle seat, but whoever does that in a hatchback anyway. So what do we know about this car? Well, we know that it has a 75 horsepower electric motor located in the front for the front wheels. Top speed is 130 kilometers per hour. And when you compare the power of this car to other cars, it's actually underpowered. But the torque will be closer to 200 Newton meters, which is, well, exactly what the Toyota Corolla has. Interesting that. But the difference here is, if you drive an EV, it's totally different. I mean, it really, really is. When you see the 0 to 62 mile an hour figures or the 0 to 100 times, you think, oh, that's slow. Then you drive it and it has instant torque at any part of the rev range. Of course, it doesn't have a rev range. Instant torque, and it feels completely different in the real world in terms of actually getting off the line, overtaking, kind of driving in and out of city traffic, where often that power is an issue, low down torque is an issue. EVs, in my opinion, from my personal experience, don't have any problems with this, even when they are underpowered. Electricity comes from the lithium iron phosphate blade battery that this vehicle will have. BYD hasn't said what the range is yet, but we think that it'll be around 250 to 300 kilometers. I'm going to guess probably 250 kilometers. More than enough. The Seagull is 3.8 meters long, 1,715 millimeters wide, and 1,540 millimeters tall. Its wheelbase, though, is pretty long. It's a 2.5 meter wheelbase, and it weighs only 1,160 kilos, meaning it's lighter than some of its gasoline-powered competitors. That is really quite an astonishing feat here from BYD. So to give you some context here, wheelbase often is a big determinant of the interior space of a car. The Toyota Corolla wheelbase, guess what that is? 2.6 meters. The Seagull wheelbase, guess what that is? 2.5 meters. Not very different at all. So the Corolla's wheelbase is 104 inches and the Seagull's is 98.4 inches. Not a very big difference, like I said. However, the Corolla does weigh several hundred kilos more. I think that's going to be a big advantage for the handling of this car as well. You're going to have all the weight low down in the car where the battery pack is. The handling will be like on rails. I think it's going to handle really, really well. So when is this vehicle coming out? Well, it's not coming out in China until the second quarter of 2023, although that's not far away. What's that? A month away? However, it won't come out in international markets for probably in a few more months. I think we're looking at Q3, Q4. Australia, are we getting it? No. Why not? I have no idea. No, okay, I'm sure the importer for BYD here in Australia will say something like, there's not enough demand for small cars, but I think this would be a real winner. However, it will sell much, much better. It's true in Southeast Asia, countries like India, Indonesia, China, Vietnam. This could be one of the best-selling cars in the world. If you think about it, the Wuling Hongwan Mini is in this car's sights, and that is currently the second best-selling car EV in China. And that is currently the first best-selling EV in China, which is the world's biggest car market, 27 million cars a year. Prices, $8,800 for the base model, $14,770 for the premium luxury edition long-range model. That, to me, is a really good deal, considering just how impressive this car really does look. I've got to say, as you can see, I'm very excited to see this car. I'm excited to see what this car will do to its gasoline-powered competitors. And I have really no sympathy for the cars and the manufacturers who are about to be disrupted. They've had time and they've chosen not to make them. So it was up to them and they chose otherwise. Well, what are your thoughts? Would you consider one of these? Do you think it's going to be a winner? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.